And we'll try now. See if this works. That is infuriating. Hopefully we got this now. There it is. I see myself. Oh yeah, infuriating. You guys are in the top right, and I'm down the bottom left. There it is.
Yeah, one of these days, you and I are going to have a one-on-one on this. So maybe you can explain to me how to put the damn OBS into this thing into OBS. I know you tried before, but I figure maybe if sometime we can arrange to just do a live chat with just me and you without YouTube being involved, that then we can play with it. And I don't see no new one coming up on you though.
Okay, I'm in the new one.
It says live now. And we can play with it.
Thank you there, Fighting Spirit. I appreciate that. Yeah, the dropped you. I like my. Thank you so very much, Fighting Spirit. So yeah, the process of this is just I'm gonna have to make a tutorial video recording everything, and then just post it as a how to get to making OBS actually stream out to YouTube with having the panel off to the side, the whole bit. It's just how OBS actually acts as like its own camera. At the same time, you can go two different directions. Again, one into Hangouts and the other one is Hangouts into this. What in the world is she doing?
You having an earthquake?
No, it's my wife watching something else behind me.
Oh, your whole house?
Dear.
Yeah, she slipped over to another channel. I am so betrayed. I am live. Babe, we've been live for about 5 minutes.
No, you just got live.
Yeah, but you were playing that while I've been live. She is so silly. If I don't tease her every now and then, she's gonna think that I don't love her. Hey Zach, how you doing?
Zachary.
Yeah, actually, I have. It's kind of like it's not really 4 panels so much there, Judy. It's actually one panel of Google up in the right for Hangouts, and then on the bottom left is actually OBS. I have 2 cameras set up, so I can actually move things around. Like I'll show you how this kind of works. It'll be a little bit slow because I'm going to react about 30 to 60 seconds.
That's, I have 2 cameras. That's probably my problem. I only have 1 camera.
If you were going to do Hangouts, what you could do is you could actually have it so that you're not using your camera for Hangouts and then use the camera for OBS. Because you can do Hangouts without having a camera. Because you can do, phone calls. So, but anyway, Judy, to see what this is, I actually have it where I can move them over here and have them out of the way. And the wallpaper in the background is just so that's a nice thing to kind of show. Because I like doing this in case people have questions about how to do this setup, and they can actually have things in the background. So like with some of the videos I plan to do in the future, I'm going to have that background up there and make it so that people can look at that while I'm talking. It's peaceful, it's calming. That's the purpose of why I put it up there. And that's actually wallpaper, that's live wallpaper. I use software from Steam. It's called Wallpaper Engine, and it was only $4. It was on sale. So that works out really, really well. And even if I wanted to, say like if I wanted to have the panel up full, let me do this actually. Let me cheat here just a minute. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make me disappear. I'm gonna bring the panel down here. Actually, I'll put it up here and put it off to the side, and then I can do things like this. I can make it grow. And there we are. Ta-da! And that way it's actually the panel as a whole, and then it can rotate however I want. So like I can make Nike show up, because I can specifically pick who I want and how I want. Yeah, exactly. Or I could go back over and I could put me up here, or again, there's Maniac. So I can actually specifically select who I want, and you guys can see my mouse. Yeah, that's right. We saw you picking on your nose there.
Who's picking their nose?
I was gonna say you thumbed your nose or something there, hon.
I pushed my glasses up.
Oh, okay. I didn't have quite you there.
The nerd had to push her glasses up.
I don't take offense to that because I'm actually kind of nerdy myself. So But that's how we can actually have it so that people can see all this stuff and have a better view of the whole picture with, again, wallpaper in the back, or if you want to have it so that you can have other pictures come up. And I can sit there and say, like, so if Maniac wanted to talk, I can put him up, and he'll show up above and beyond everybody else because I'm the one holding the call.
Means I got to talk.
If you wanted to. Otherwise, I could sit there and do this myself, and everybody else down on the panel, down at the bottom, can sit back, and as soon as they speak, I can actually select. Now, the only thing that I don't understand about this is how it is that it doesn't automatically change perspective as soon as you start speaking. That I actually have to do this in call, whereas if we were doing it where I'm using Hangouts specifically to YouTube Live, it changes perspective on the fly. I don't understand why, but it does. So these are things that I'm trying to figure out, everything in between. Again, if I make the mistakes and I'm up here on panel and doing it with my stream, that's more...
Your business.
Well, it's not even so much of my business, but it's like these failings that happen, it's something that people don't feel like they have to feel threatened to the idea that if they do it and it would screw up on their channel, they might feel, mortified. Like, oh, I wasn't perfect. Me, I don't care. I would rather show people, hey, it was just a mistake. This is how I fixed it, and here we go. And it makes it a lot...
Just kidding.
Well, you want to get in business? Let me tell you about... Again,
Get
you're
my
not
business.
getting... You ain't
Don't
going
get my
near
business.
You ain't getting near my meat.
You leave my meat alone. Don't get my business.
Don't get my business. Actually, let me do this too here. I'm going to change up one thing here on that one portion of the capture here. I'm going to turn off the capture. Okay, so now I just turned off the capture of the mouse, so you guys won't see that. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate the subscription. So now you guys won't see the mouse up here, but you'll see if I wanted to change between the panel members, you'll see it flip. That way it's not so...
There he goes again. He's getting people's business.
Jeez. Waiting for my wife to say, send me the link. That way she can sit there and stalk on my channel like she does with everything else with me.
Dun, dun.
I'm going to turn here. I just realized that the light in the other room is bright on there, so let me turn this way. That way it kind of covers that up too. Kind of save people's eyes. There we go. So...
no, we're going to have to learn how to do this, though, if we want to do panels, because...
No, I understand, yeah.
And it is, when I started the panel tonight, it reassured me that it is going bye-bye on August 1st.
Yeah, that's...
and on a live stream this morning, I told Mrs. Hopkins, because she wants somebody to host her a birthday party, and it comes after Hangouts get shut down, so I promised her that I would learn how to do it so I could host her birthday party for her.
Okay, Judy Bond says, okay, I have a question. How can you hack into my camera? I know a person's channel I was on could see me. I don't think that's possible. They were literally just trying to hack you. That's the only way.
They would have to have their IP address.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's a whole scenario, so...
Yeah, there's quite a few things. You'll have to forgive me. I am still kind of eating, but I'm making sure I'm not near the microphone for Nike.
So, did they tell you that they could see you, or could you actually see yourself in their screen? Because they may have been just talking crap.
Yeah, that's true. The only way that I know of, because I am a software engineer, that typically they'd have to have some kind of software that would... Try to open that up so I don't do that into the microphone. But they'd have to have some kind of software that actually opens up like a Trojan backdoor, some way of hooking the process of your machine of doing what's called remote desktop control. Now, there's a lot of stuff that's been talked about that with Microsoft. They've even done releases. This is what's crazy about this. They've released software patches for operating systems they don't support anymore for that. That should tell you how serious this is. So if they can hook the remote desktop process to do a session where you can't see it, and they could look at you, that'd be one thing or another. But if you haven't opened up any questionable software that they've sent you, I don't know. That would be... That's a good question as to how they would even be able to do it, unless they're just trying to mess with you.
My guess is either they're trying to mess with them, or she clicked on a Google Hangouts chat and didn't realize what she was clicking on.
Right.
That's a possibility, yeah.
Yeah, that's a very, very, very strong possibility. In other news, I disabled wrong over. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
But
disabling.
if you didn't actually see yourself, on their stream or what have you, then they were probably just talking crap.
And that's very likely. There's a lot of people who do that nowadays, trying to feel important.
Missy, 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 Missy.
So, I did have to come to terms with something here recently, and I'm admitting
Doing
this
all
in
up in my business.
Oh no, it has nothing to do with your business. Wasn't your business, but it does have to do a lot with me. But I will say this much is that this is part of the healing process of actually dealing with things when you know you have a problem. And I had a problem that I've been looking at in the wrong way, and now I actually have had to smack myself square in the face with it.
Okay, what is your problem?
Not only do I have a problem with authority that I didn't realize as to how significant it was, but I've had the mentality of a victim, and I didn't even realize it on something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so I'm swallowing my pride. This is how I become very accountable to myself on this kind of thing. And I did it with Amber, and she was like, "Yeah, you're hung up on this, and you have a victim mentality." And I agreed with her. There's no doubt about it. It is what it is. I have had a problem, and I know this is going to sound strange, but it's true. I've had a problem with women for the longest time. It's not that I'm a misogynist. I actually have been afraid. And I know that sounds kind of crazy because I sound like I've got all that kind of skill of being able to talk to a woman left and right. And I kind of do in a way that would be probably scary to say that, yeah, I can go into any bar easy, and inside of 3 hours I can come home with somebody really smoking. No problem. It's actually whatever. But the thing is that I've always felt that there has been a problem, and I've been holding myself down because I feel that if I don't do as the person I'm with and love as they ask for things that they would like done, etc., I have felt that I could be put to the paces of, point a finger and then he's gone kind of thing, as well as, just the constant, that I'm being ruled over and I don't actually have a say in things because of how all of the world has gone. I mean, the Me Too movement, while there are definite people who are abused and suffer, and I feel for them deeply, but there are some people out there who abuse it to the point where they just point a finger because they don't like a guy. And I've seen that too many times. And I've been abused in my own ways with gals that I've dated to where, wearing my heart on a sleeve, and I just made some very bad choices. And I've always felt very not in control, not powerful. And so it's held me back in my decisions. I'm not the type that wants to abuse people, but I've been the type that has lessened myself and diminished my ability to be more of a man, not only to myself, but to be a provider for my wife because of that. And so admitting this is something to where I'm going, you know what? I need to be hanging around really awesome people who want to lift me up and show me that this is not the case all the time. And it's been something subconsciously that I've been having to look at going, you know what? That's pretty stupid to live this way. And you know what, Arthur? I actually don't know the answer to that one just yet. Well, let me get to that here in just a second. I'll talk about that in a second. But I need to be around women that are amazingly awesome, that look at people for who they are and want to lift them up and have really great ways of just saying really healthy-minded stuff. Because I've been around a lot of women who... Yeah, exactly. She's amazing for that. She's actually helped me a lot with this, and I didn't realize that she was trying to reach out to get to me that way. But I mean, I'm just talking about like friends, people who can say things that are just meaningful. I mean, Nike, I actually look up to you because of the fact that you have a good sense of, you've got common sense, you got a good head on your shoulders. It's one of those things where it's like, I mean, we agree on a lot of things, especially with like, talking about Jenna or this person or that. You really do, and I really appreciate it because it's nice talking to you. You've got good sense.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we both have our head in our butt occasionally, but it's all right. It's just
everybody
how it is.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that we're looking at it from the perspective of that we're trying to be we're trying to lift people up. We're tired of the put down. We want to be happy. We want to have fun. We want to laugh.
Mhm.
And I'm just used to being, and just like some women who choose bad men to be around and they get abused, I have made bad choices to be around women who are abusive in their own way, to where I've done everything I can to make them happy. And I've, unfortunately, I've had a few that were fairly nasty to me in the past. And yeah, as a young man, I was fairly influenced in a bad way. So I'm trying to deal with this. But I figure if I open up and say this, it's a way for me to actually look at it a little bit more seriously. And people can actually kind of help me and say, well, look, you're just doing this again, not knock it off. And that way it's, it's a more positive environment. So
Well,
back to your question, Arthur. Huh?
I have much love for you, so don't you
I
worry.
appreciate that. Well, at that point, I understand that, it's one of
You
those
can
things
get
that...
up in my business anytime you want.
Stop. Are you saying I get to be the... I could be the jelly in your jelly roll, is that it?
Yes,
Good Lord.
you can. I'm the train of my
Seriously. Oh, God. Anyway, back to Arthur's question here. Good Lord. So, jeez. So, to find out who unsubscribed from you, you'd almost have to look and know every one that's your subscriber. You'd have to keep a list. And I don't know how to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it
most of
does
the
not
people-
show you anywhere specifically at all of who subscribed or unsubscribed to you. You would,
No.
and if you have as many people as we do, you're never going to find out.
Yeah.
and you can't really see everybody that subscribes to you because a lot of people seem to put their subscriptions on private. And if you go into your beta channel and look to see who has subscribed to you, it may only show 20 or 30 people. Like mine only shows about 20 people, and I have 215 subscribers, but it only shows about 20 because everybody else that has subscribed has got their subscribers list private.
Yeah, but it still ain't going to show who unsubscribed to you. It will not show you that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like right now, I have 88 subscribers, and very grateful to every one of them. But if somebody unsubscribed, I would have no idea who it would be. Not a clue. So
And
I'll
me?
go ahead and... Oh, no, I was saying just I would have no
Oh,
idea
no,
who...
they said she has a spark of Native American in her. Yeah? Can't tell.
I was going to say, yeah, just a bit. Yeah, same thing with Amber. She's definitely got some of it. And I'm like, hey. What's bad is that, unfortunately, because over in Oregon, they had the Klamath tribe, and I had a couple of the guys there, the native guys that were friends of mine, and they were the ones who sat there and they were like, your wife's native. And I'm like, really? And they're like, oh, yeah, you can see it. I'm like, holy crap, okay.
I know,
Of course,
I've
they
had
were-
people say, are you part Native? Do you have any Indian? I'm like, no,
No, not even.
not even close. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, it's bad is when they started trying to make the same jokes they told me to her, and she just groaned about it. I was like, hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? I'm like, good God.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it's like the whole thing of, Chief, is it true that we are named at birth for the first thing that is seen as soon as you come out of the teepee? And the chief says, well, that's true. Why do you ask? Two dogs screwing? It's like, good
There
Lord.
was another joke that kind of pertained to that, but they called him Royd. I
Oh,
can't
no.
remember how it goes. Yeah, yes, Royd or something. I can't remember how it goes.
Well, I was just
I gotta
surprised.
find out.
These guys were saying these jokes, and I'm just like, and you're native, and they're like, yep, and we are. So, yeah, they didn't care. They were having so much fun with the idea that they could mess with me like that, and I'm like, oh, Lord.
Oh, Arthur, that is actually YouTube doing that. That has nothing to do with people unsubscribing to you. If it's that big of a drop, that's usually YouTube doing it because they're doing their, what's that called?
Purge.
Yeah, they're purging.
Which actually, Arthur, you don't really want to worry. People are worried about the purge, but from what I've watched, and people always talk about the purge, it doesn't matter because they're purging people that aren't looking at your content, watching your content, or making any.
Oh, no, that's not true either because I went into somebody's live stream every day and they purged me from them.
Really?
Oh, so they pushed you out.
They purged me. Yeah, they totally took them off my channel. I didn't have them subscribe. I wasn't subscribed to them or nothing no more. And I had to go back to them and subscribe again. And I was in their stuff every day.
That is crazy.
So,
Yeah, I can see that because they did it. They took me out of R5's subscriber.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's where I
Jenny, you were
remember
fine. Yeah.
R5s.
So we remember who from?
You.
Yeah. Jenny,
Me?
you were fine.
Yeah, I remember I met you somewhere before. And that was in R5's stream before.
It could have been, yeah.
Yeah.
Either R5s or I try to never miss a Gill Skills stream.
Oh no, I've only been to Gill Skills like 3 times.
Oh. But
All right, so-
I know I came to you because Missy dragged me over. Okay, come over here. We have a lot of fun over here. I followed her over one night.
Passion.
And there's Jenna.
There's passion.
I was just like, the link was weird.
Well,
Back
it's
in-
different because I'm doing OBS.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
his Hangouts is direct. It's not through
Yeah,
YouTube.
so like I'm gonna go ahead and move this back up here into the corner. There's Nike and her pretty self up there.
a pretty.
I was confused for a second.
What drugs
No,
are you
you're-
doing?
Oh, hun, don't even start right now.
Give me the
That-
drugs. Give.
You want to hear the,
Now
here's
you
the
got me
truth
my
of this?
business.
Yeah, I'm in your
What?
business. But here's the crazy truth of this too, is that in fact I'm gonna turn this on. You're gonna be like Bubbles. There you go.
Bubbles, I see him right there.
Yeah,
see the
she's right there.
I'm playing
the
with
bubbles.
them.
I got to get to see those them there things naked. So
Don't try
But,
to make me jealous. I'll come
here-
up there and get him.
yeah. Here's the thing that's interesting about how this works though is that I had to sit there. My son and I were talking. Yeah, go ahead, babe. We were talking about how she add moderator. Oh, okay. I see what you're doing. Let my wife run my channel like she does the rest of my life. But what it is that I was showing my son earlier. We were talking about Bella Delphine. I don't know if anybody's seen or know who she is.
No, I don't.
No.
I'm probably
Maybe-
too young.
No. She's probably younger than you are, hun, and she's British. And
Oh, well, maybe because she's British, that's why I don't know.
no, it's pretty much if you were a gamer girl kind of follower kind of thing, like the e-girls, you'd probably know exactly who she is.
I'm not into. I have gone on Twitch before and
Yeah.
watched like a few streams, but that's because I knew them from YouTube.
Sure. And
But I don't
that's
go on-
understandable.
I haven't gone on Twitch for a while.
No, that's okay. The thing is that Bella Delphine is a let's see here. When I was in college, we would call them serostitutes. And the reason for that is because she basically gets on YouTube and all that and Twitch, and she basically makes guys who are desperate to look at a very good-looking woman, and they pay money to get her to do things in a way, but she has yet to perform in a way that I know that they're expecting, and she screwed them over. She said at one point in time, as good-looking as she is, she said, if I get a certain amount of money, I'll make a video on Pornhub. Well, unfortunate for these poor guys is that they did not understand that she wasn't going to perform anything pornographic. She got on Pornhub, but she didn't do anything pornographic. She just basically made a video and said, okay, I'm on Pornhub. Ha 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 ha. And they got all angry with her.
She didn't lie.
She didn't lie, but these guys are so desperate because they didn't realize this. But she's the type of girl that sits there and she bottles her bath water that she, after she's taken a bath and sends it to them for $30 a piece.
Hey.
And I'm like, well, she's got some business sense, but the minute she starts speaking, I can't do it. I can't listen to her. I have to mute it.
Hey,
And
30
so-
bucks, I'll bottle up some of my poop and send it to somebody if they want.
Yeah, I was gonna say at that point, it's like, hey, I guess if you're desperate for it, that's fine, but I'm gonna be real with you about it. At that point, group poop in a whole new level.
Passion's up here.
Hey,
I was gonna say, there
Passion.
she is. Yeah, I have to manually switch this, but the thing is that a good-looking woman like that, and the way that she talks and how she treats people, I find her to be the most repulsive, disgusting, ugly woman on YouTube and Twitch ever. I cannot stand her.
Maybe I've never seen her. I don't know who you're talking about, but I look at it
Hold
under
on.
the business aspect of it.
Oh yeah, no, that's real. That's very, very real.
She's probably making some big bucks just by taking a bath and bottling it up.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say for a good-looking gal, and she's really good-looking. So hold on here, I'll pull this up real quick.
I mean, she probably gets $100 for a pair of panties or something.
I don't know about that. I have yet to find that out, but she's definitely got tiers in her Patreon. That
Amber.
yeah. Oh, I got it wrong here. I spelled it wrong.
$100 for a pair of panties.
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know who he's talking about. So I'm just.
Okay.
I don't know either.
So I'm gonna rotate this over here and be afraid because there's gonna be so much pink. It's disgusting. So let's do
I
this
hate-
here,
Hi, you are average girl.
and we should be able to have it pop up here any second.
Zero.
So this is gonna be frightening for those who are seeing it.
Okay, don't skirt. Oh.
And
whoa.
I don't know if anybody, if you guys are looking at the stream itself with the chat, anybody who can see all that pink.
That's
She's a
lot.
good-looking girl.
Doodle.
Yeah, she's got her moments of what it is, but
Pretty. Don't get me wrong in the face, but the hair looks like poodle hair.
yeah, but see, the thing is it's very clear that her intentions are for what they are. When you can see,
Diva.
well, it's even more than that. Is that she knows she's got you. I'm trying to move this over so you can see it. I don't know if you can see it very well. Oh yeah, you could see it when it's fully sized. Yeah, it says Chief says you're a cuck. I'm like, yeah. She's got what they're called is pay piggies, and she just gets them to pay money to look at her to dress like this. And it's like this is the kind of woman that I'm like, you know what? I don't care how good she looks like this. Her mind is disgusting. I can't stand it. I would rather listen to a woman that could be 500 pounds, having a hard time breathing, but if she says the most wonderful, beautiful things in the world, I would rather sit there and talk with her all day, because at that point in time, I would rather have somebody with a brain.
You know, it's people like her and Miley Cyrus and Biebs. All of them just need to be put on a big boat and sent off to sea and never be seen again. Whatever happens to them out there happens, because I really don't care.
And I don't blame you for how you feel on that one. I really don't.
I hate them all.
I think the whole thing that really kills me on it is the fact that they have all this amazing ability and talent, and
They
yet
could
they
be so
squander.
inspirational. They
Yeah.
could be, but they're not. They're pieces
Yeah.
of crap.
Yeah, forgive me, but I don't want to see Miley Cyrus's tongue even on the backside of my ass crack. Just don't. It's just, yeah, I just can't stand her.
You don't want to rip
No. I wouldn't want to see her sit there and suck up to the worst, hairiest, nastiest, I haven't wiped my butt in 7 years kind of big guy licking that. Yeah, no thank you.
I would like to see somebody use Miley Cyrus's face as toilet paper.
Dear
Oh my
Lord.
goodness.
Lord have mercy.
You're killing me. You're just straight up killing me. Oh God. So yeah, but that's the truth, is that I want to hear people for what they really say, because I've gotten to that age. I mean, don't get me wrong. At one point in time, it's like, oh God, she's hot. And I can't say that, I can't say I have been a well-behaved boy before my first marriage. Yes, I was a male
Always
dog.
Come on
Yeah.
now, we've all been.
Yeah, but I have to say I had them skills. I did. I could bring home some absolutely women as beautiful as she is, easily, and I still can. It's not hard. But the point is that it's as soon as you hear them start speaking their words, it's like, oh God, please stop! No, don't do. Oh, you're using your words. Yep,
It's like
it just
nails
ruined
on a
it.
chalkboard.
Yep,
I was having
It's
a
like-
wet dream and you smashed that sucker.
yep, easily. Yep, it's like, I don't care what she'd say after that. It's like, I'm done. And it's the same
Yeah.
thing for guys. I can guarantee. I think the worst thing in the world is hearing pickup lines, and you just look at the guy across the way, and you're like, "Did you really just say that to her?" Good Lord, man! Oh man!
I hate pickup lines of any kind. I do. I of any kind, they just irritate the shit out of me.
Yep. Just
Yeah.
be genuine.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
be
that's
you.
it. Yeah, and it's easier to talk to somebody and say, "Hey, look, I want to know." It's like I make the joke, and it was a meme, but it was a good meme. It made a great point. Don't send me nudes. Send me pictures of your medicine cabinet. I want to know what kind of crazy I'm going to deal with.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
there's too much BS. I mean, I've already played these games. Why do you think I'm married? After I'm done with, this situation of our wonderful relationship of, when it comes time to, we're going to have to say goodbye to one another because, one of us is going to pass or the other. I'm not looking to get married again. I'm looking to just kind of, do my thing and
Send them home.
well, yeah, I was going to say, well, I did do something to my ex-wife, and this is a great one. And women can do this to men too. This is a great one. Walk up to your soon-to-be ex-spouse and give them $20, and they say, "Well, what's this for?" That's when you say, "I pay my prostitutes to. I don't pay my prostitutes to have sex with me. I pay them to leave." So,
Yeah. Yep.
actually, no, I'm not using Zoom at all. I'm using Hangouts. This is actually Hangouts up here in the top right. This the section up here that's got Nike up here, and I can flip it over to there's Maniac, looking thoughtful, as if he's about ready to solve cancer.
Oh,
Nike was waving down there, and of course Passion for Pets and Jenna right there, and her cute little self as she's got her picture with her mouth covered over.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh,
but
I'm still here.
no, that's fine. We're just admitting that you're adorable and we love you. Everybody here thinks you're awesome. Well, everybody who actually knows you already knows you're awesome, but everybody else is getting to find out how awesome you are. See how that works?
You better find out how awesome you are because Nike's around.
I was gonna say I got that dad thing going, so I know how to build them up.
so Sean,
What's up?
I would either send your wife the panel link or put on the helmet.
Say what?
Somebody's got something going twice.
I would either send your wife the panel link or put on a helmet.
Hold on here. Let me do something here real quick. I'm gonna try this real fast and see if this helps.
Somebody's got an echo.
I don't think
not
it's me.
you, Sean.
No,
Not
Okay.
you.
Passion.
It's not me.
Mine's muted.
Shouldn't be me.
Is it me?
Well, the only reason I think Passion is she pops up when she's not saying anything, which tells me there's something running into her.
My AC is probably getting picked up.
Well, I hear your AC, but as soon as I speak, there's somebody else. I'm not sure who it
Stop
is.
now. There we go.
I think we
Somebody
got
fixed it.
Is it me?
No, I think it's fixed now. I don't know who was doing it. It wasn't me because I didn't adjust anything.
Try your volume again here. Let's see what happens. No, it's coming back again before she even did anything. Okay. Yeah, I still hear it a bit.
Who, me?
That's pretty funny,
Yeah.
Bessie. I'm gonna seal dog poop with googly eyes and make necklace pendants out of them.
It'd be much easier to leave them on the ground so they get really hard.
I think it's Maniac.
Was it Maniac? Yeah, I think it's Maniac, actually.
Not Maniac.
It stopped again.
I'm gonna do one thing real quick here. Hang on.
Magic. Now you're all
Nope.
over my business again.
No, a snap is one of the fastest things to create an echo. Sincerely. So I'm gonna try it again real quick here. Nope, nothing yet. All right. I would have
Huh.
expected it.
Like coming and going. It's weird.
Yeah, it's just real. You gotta try it and see what happens. I don't know. I'll have to see what we can do with it. But
Let me mute me. I know it's not me because I have headset on. Hold on. Let me mute me and see if it goes away.
hold on, dear. I'm coming with it real fast here. Then hold on. My wife's about ready to kick my butt, and if I don't do this, I'm gonna be sleeping on the. Well, I'm already sleeping on the floor, but. Let's see what we got here.
Not me because it was doing it when I was muted.
I don't even hear one.
Is it me?
There you go, dear. And who else wanted me to send it? I'm sorry. Ooh, West Haven. Hold on here.
Can you guys hear it echo
I'll send
from
it through
me?
YouTube, dear.
You have to mute so that way we can tell if it's still doing it. Did it stop you?
Oh,
Yeah, it stopped again.
I have
Not
to
you.
mute it.
Where's West Haven here? Good Lord, where's West Haven? Do I even have her here?
I got her. I can send her the link.
Yeah, please send her the link.
I got you, West Haven. I'm coming. I'm coming.
No, not YouTube Hangouts. Okay.
Don't get up my business.
Jeez. Again, you're not getting anywhere near my meat, woman. Especially when it comes down to the idea of how you want
Don't
it
even
cooked.
want to tickle the meat before.
Well,
Done.
it's not me. I stayed muted for quite a while, so.
Look at that gorgeous woman right there. Look at her.
Amber, get on the screen. Where you at?
Oh, she's getting there.
That's
I'm here. I'm here.
There she is. There's the
I'm
gorgeous
here.
woman.
I'm here.
Hi.
Hello, West Haven.
Hello.
West Haven.
Hey, West Haven. How
Hi.
you doing, pretty woman?
I'm fine.
How you doing, gorgeous?
You
I'm
sound
fine.
tired.
Sean's been all up in my business.
Oh, well.
All right.
Seriously. It's one of those things to where I
Hey,
have to be
West
careful.
Haven.
I can't make
Hi,
certain
Jonathan.
noises. Like, zzzz.
He's really up
I
in
know
my
what
business.
I know what that sounds like, but I'm not gonna say anything. Sounds like I know what that sounds like, but we won't get into that. So
That's inside out business.
I was
yeah, there you
just
go.
I was just sending you a text. That's it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. No, Sean, the reason why I didn't say send it through YouTube because the last time I did that, it came through the Google Play for some reason. And when if you send
okay.
it Hangouts to Twitter, it goes right through like that. I just can't do it through the chat for some reason. It
Oh,
won't
that's
work.
fine. Yeah, no worries. So yeah, we have it so that anybody again who's actually curious as to how we're setting this up
Yeah.
is that I have OBS taking in Google Hangouts. That's the top right screen, and then I'm
Yeah.
on the bottom left with a second camera, so I can
Oh,
actually
yeah.
rotate between them. Like I can sit there and put you up there. Look at you with your kids. They're so cute.
Aw.
And then there's Passion for Pets.
Yeah.
There's Maniac
I
again,
think
looking
I
like the
understand
doctor who's about to
what-
solve
I think I
cancer.
understand what you're saying. I'm kind of confused, but just I know you got two cameras and you got OBS integrated with Google Hangouts and you got two cameras. I understand
Yeah.
that part I got.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all it is that the way that I have this set up right now, I think I can get. No, I turned off the mouse on that part too.
No, you're worried about me touching your meat. And Missy's going to make your meat into a pendant. And you're worried about me?
I'm just afraid that you might not give it back.
Probably won't.
Probably
Probably
won't.
keep it.
Sean, how do you get two cameras? How did you get the two cameras though? Like into one? Like you
I
put
turned
it
into a
put it
keepsake.
No, there's actually like I'll see about showing you here. There are two different cameras. Like I'll
I
pull
want to
up.
know. Period. Yeah. Go ahead and listen.
So now you can see between the two, they're reversed. I did this on purpose.
Yeah. Okay.
So that way I could show you there are two separate cameras. There's this
Right.
one, and then there's this one.
Ah. Okay.
So that way they're side by side. They're close enough, but at the same time, it's like I got to move my I got to keep reminding myself to put my chair over here to block the light off back there, because it's a light. It's not the window or anything like that or the
You
sun.
have like you have two computers on or one at the same time?
It's one machine. They're both USB cameras, and I've got them separated out to where they're on two different sections on the motherboard, because the USB bus on the motherboard, sometimes if you put the two plugs for the cameras right side by side on top of each other, sometimes it won't work. So I had to separate them out to get this to
So
work
basically,
properly.
you got two cameras on one computer. Is that what you're saying?
Right. Yeah, and that's how I get this to work out. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I understand now. See, I got it. I understand now.
Yep. So since I have everybody else with their face off, I get to leave Nike up here because she gets to be the one who gets to kind of go back and forth. She gets to be all pretty and stiff.
Yeah.
That's my business. Start with me, I'll scratch your eyes out. I I seriously, I did that one time on the radio, and I had somebody call me up asking if I was abusing somebody. I was like, no, it's me. And they're like, get out of here. And I'm like, do you want me to come over there and scratch your eye? I'll scratch your back if you want. And they're just like, whoa, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
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 The beauty of doing radio.
Wow.
You know, it's that fun. I get to
You,
sit there
you
and
know
go,
what, Sean? When Nike Girl sent me the link, I thought it was her link. I didn't know it was you at first. I was like, wait a minute, I thought it was Nike Girl, and I was like, oh, it's just Sean. I said, oh, there, okay. I thought Nike Girl was
Yep.
sending me her link. I was like,
No.
oh, okay.
no,
We're doing a
all,
Friday foursome.
yep, we're doing that Friday foursome to where we get to stalk each other.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Poop pendants are us. I like that. I just caught that in the chat. That's awesome. Yep.
Don't knock it till you sniffed it, Ashton. Wait a minute.
What the?
What are we sniffing?
I was going to say her pendants, her poop pendants.
Sniff what? Crack?
Ew.
What?
I was going to say I gave birth to politicians earlier. You know, it's
Crack what?
just how it
Cocaine?
is.
What?
I don't want no poop pendant.
Yeah.
Nah.
We already have enough politicians given birth to already. That's just how it is.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
I that's my going joke is, you know, every time I go do a number 2 group poop at that point, it's like, yep, giving birth to a politician.
We
Yeah,
always
because
call it group poop when we go to the
politicians are
bathroom.
full of crap. I got it.
Yep. There we go.
No,
We got Jen
no,
up on the screen for a bit.
What's David? We always
Yeah.
call it group poop whenever one of us goes to the
Group
bathroom.
poop. Yeah.
So how was your day, Mrs. Hayden?
Yeah. That's a good question. How's your day?
I called her earlier. She was doing a
Oh, it's
cousin.
okay. My
It-
hair's well, you know, you already see what my hair looked like today.
Yeah, you were doing a cousin it show the last time I seen you.
Yeah, I had pigtails, and then when you came in, I had the pigtails. Cousin it.
Was it all frizzy?
Yeah, I did cousin it today, so I wasn't.
Oh.
I don't know. Normally I'm not like that, but it just came about
She
today.
was putting
So.
on a show for us. I was expecting the shirt to come off, but it didn't happen.
Oh, jeez. You know there is a name for that kind of frizzy hair. I finally perfected it, and it comes out.
What
It's
is
very
it?
difficult to spell, but it's because I don't know how many times it is. Like when I've gone outside, I'll have all the conditioner in my hair. It'll be all smooth and soft, and then even I go outside, and it's like, look, static everywhere and frizz, and I'm like, it's not supposed to
Yeah.
do that. Yep.
Well, my hair wasn't that bad. Wasn't Mikey Girl? Wasn't that bad?
Oh no.
Oh, mine can get that.
I was just doing pigtails. I don't know. I had that coffee, but I think I put so much vodka in the coffee today.
I took time in my hair yesterday, went out and got in that damn line, and my hair's in.
Yeah.
Full of crap.
I looked horrible last night.
No, you didn't. I saw it. You looked
Oh,
fine.
after I got in that line and sweated myself to death, it was looking pretty bad.
So is that FOC pendants, however you want to say that, because I'm not going to say that word just in case it gets slurred to something else because I'm feeling a little bit whatever about my language tonight.
Is it age restricted or no?
It is not age restricted.
Ah, damn.
So I'm
Okay.
kind of,
Don't be
I'm kind
getting
of,
up in people's business.
Not today. Okay, I'll keep it clean tonight. I'll keep it clean tonight, Sean. Sorry, I'll keep it clean.
The
Okay.
age
Well-
restricted will come at 11 when Nike streams.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, I know how to,
Restrict.
well, even if it,
Oh,
well,
God.
unfortunately up here in Canada, I don't have the option for this, but down in the States at 10 p.m., as you go across the nation, the safe harbor laws relax and you can say whatever you want on the radio. You can play
Yeah.
whatever you want on the radio. So you can actually have a whole bunch of it. But
Yeah. So technically, I can say something, but since it's Canada, I can't say anything. Okay, I got it. All right.
well,
I understand
the
now.
thing is that you couldn't be since you're not here, you couldn't be charged with anything under the human rights courts that they have here, which are just kangaroo courts. But I, on the other hand, could go to jail for 5 years for saying one slur or
Wow.
not using somebody's proper pronoun. Seriously.
Are
5
you
years.
serious?
As a heart attack. I'm not joking.
Oh my God.
Yep. And I think the
So
minimum
if you
fine
tell
is something
somebody, if you
ridiculous.
say, you're a crackhead, you can get jail time for that?
No, not like that. No, that's
Oh
not
no,
that
he's
dude.
talking
No.
like he, she, it.
they, them,
If it's
pronouns,
a,
things like
if
that.
it's a
Okay,
guy
okay, I
and you
got
don't say it's a guy, or if it's a girl, you don't say it's a girl. You
Yeah,
can
it's
go
a
to jail for that.
Zer, things like that.
Oh my
So-
gosh.
It's like that. At the same time, we have blasphemy laws. Measure M103 made it so that we have Islamophobia as a punishable thing.
Whoa!
Jenna, what are you doing?
I'm
God damn, girl, you trying to give me a heart attack?
I was going to say, you're not
I'm
supposed
trying
to
to
use...
fix my. I'm trying to. I want to paint my butterfly at the same time.
Well, you
Yeah,
don't
but you're
need
not
to
supposed
paint
to
us through, Jeebus.
Yeah, you don't have
I'm
to use
trying
your
to
phone
show
as
it
a
to you
brush.
guys.
God,
Good Lord,
that
girl.
scared the bejesus right out of me.
I
was
was
gonna
like,
say, yeah,
the
there she is
aliens
with
are
her-
taking Jenna away.
Whew.
And I was trying to hook up my webcam.
Yeah, we heard that 10 times
Oh,
over.
thank you, Zach. Yeah, that
Good
background
God.
is I'll bring that up real quick again. I'll show as kind of like a small
I'm-
window of it here. I'll
I'm
minimize.
jerry rigging my
Wait a minute,
camera.
you-
so
you
I
mean
can
to tell me-
put it up.
So in other
actually
words, you mean
turn-
if you say Islamic, they have it where if you say something bad about Islamic people,
Islam.
you can get a
Yeah.
fine for that?
Yeah, well, no, fine or 5 years. I'm not even
Are you
kidding.
serious now? Are you making this up or no?
No,
If you
we're
really want me
serious.
to, if you really want me to show you, I will show you the law. It's no big joke.
Yes.
Wow.
He is
There's
dead
no lie. I am deadly serious. Anyway,
Yeah.
here's the
Let's say that this is how Canada is. If
My gosh.
if you mispronounce somebody's pronoun, if you call, say somebody looks like a chick, if you call that person a she instead of a he, like he wants to be called, you can go to jail.
Yes.
here's where
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. You also can't say anything you want to. You can go to jail for that as well if you're Canadian. Now, Americans have the Constitution that follows us wherever we go. So, whatever country we're in, we have the Constitution backing us up. So, I can say whatever the hell I want to because I'm American. All they can do is deport me. Sean will be going to jail.
Yeah, they
oh
could do
my
it.
God.
That's
At the very least they could do is
Your
fine
average
me.
girl, hold on a second, baby. Your average girl, that is the prime minister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's documented historical events, even then they could try and turn that into hate speech because you have to understand that leftism is about the idea of oppression, and they think that facts can be oppressive because it hurts somebody's feelings.
Oh.
That is
In
the
other,
truth.
in other words, whatever you say, they can go back to historical time and try to use that against you. Oh, okay. I
Well,
get it now.
If you were to use historical, like if I wanted to sit there and here's some historical things that really doesn't, this isn't anything that could get me into trouble, but at one point in time, the one thing that Muslims are very deadly afraid of is Mongols. The Mongol army, as it came across with Halugu as the person who actually went into Baghdad. Now, I know how to speak in specific language dialects, so work with me here
Yeah.
if you don't understand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in Baghdad, what they had was they had all of the higher ups. I'm not going to go into the words there; it'll just confuse you. But they butchered almost half of the city in a period of 2
What?
weeks because they knew how things were for their ideology. Because it's not a faith; it's an ideology. Faith mix. And so if you actually look up the story about what Halugu did to Baghdad and how he treated everybody because of how they were doing things, they're deathly afraid that the Mongol army would ever start back up again. That's
Oh
a
my
historical fact. Now, it's horrific, but honestly, we also have in the news and on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, where they're putting up and not being stopped, putting up beheadings. Or I actually saw on Facebook one time, and I thought it was appalling, is that I got this one thing that popped up and I didn't know who it was or whatever, but it showed them throwing a homosexual Arab man off the top of a building, saw his body hit the ground, and then they shot his body. So they can get away with doing all that and these horrific things and it's one thing or another. But if I was to sit there and say one slur, I can go to jail for 5 years. We also have Omar Kadar up here is a gentleman who, notice how I'm using my words carefully, who is a convicted terrorist that was in Guantanamo. He killed a U.S. Army, I think, or U.S. military member. He was convicted and sent to Gitmo. And because he was Canadian, they freed him, brought him up here, and Justin Trudeau just, because there was a court case, a lawsuit that was going on, Justin Trudeau just said, we're going to settle, and gave him 10 million Canadian dollars.
Are you serious? No way.
I'm not kidding. Look it up. I'm the type of person that if I tell you something, I expect you to go look it up, please.
So basically, he got rewarded for what he did. Okay. That makes sense.
Fact check.
Yeah, fact check that stuff. I'm not going to sit there and tell you anything I don't know
I
is true or
understand
that I've
it.
looked up.
Yeah. But
I know it's hard to believe.
Think about it. He got rewarded for what he did.
Right.
Okay.
And so please understand.
I'm listening. I already know everything he's talking about, so I know.
I am not going to sit there and lie to you. One, I mean, unless you want me to lie to you about something like pull my hair and call me names. That's fine. But that's different.
Okay, we're ready. Let's do this.
But the thing is that when it comes to things like this, I know as hard as it seems to understand it, it's just like, if it wasn't true, it wouldn't be funny kind of thing, to borrow something from Carrie Fisher.
I know what you're saying. But no, what I'm saying is he got rewarded for something, even though he did something bad, he got rewarded, so that makes it good. Okay, that makes sense.
And the thing is that in order to understand how leftism works and the socialism, communism way that they do things is you have to have some really good mental gymnastics down. Because even I, as intelligent as I try to be and figuring things out, still look at it and going, huh?
Yeah.
Because, and to use Latin here to kind of describe it in the best way I can say it, most of everything what they do is non sequitur. Means in Latin it means it does not follow. You can't follow it out into reasoning. So I just say it's non sequitur.
Oh
And it's okay. I don't mind, Missy, if you're talking about poo. And you know what? Just as long as we're not interested in looking at scat, I guess we're okay. Because I really couldn't handle that. I will admit freely, I can't watch two girls in a cup. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Watch what?
Yeah, there's two girls in a cup. My wife can watch
the whole entire video. I'm just saying.
Two girls in a cup?
I don't want to see the whole damn entire
Don't look
video.
it up.
I don't even want to see the thumbnail.
Do not look that up. Do not look that up.
Okay.
Please.
That's like you'll need
guy?
a bucket sitting next to your computer. So
yeah, this is
a type of
what? This is a
bucket,
type of to kind of keep it a little bit safe for what it is. This is a type of arousing video for some people that I would honestly say you never want to see.
Sounds horrible.
Never.
Ugh.
It does. It is. It's gross.
Ugh.
Tosh 2.0 put it up one time, and he just showed the reaction of the people in the audience, and that was enough.
what are you doing?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate
Maybe
that.
I'm on live here in about 20 minutes.
My biggest problem with the whole speech is
If you're going to be back
that it's taken away.
Hold on, I can't quite hear you.
It's taken away what you were saying about you have to say things politically incorrect. Now, I'm not a prejudiced person, but I believe that everybody out there has the right to be prejudiced if they so choose.
True.
And I just don't like the idea that people can interfere with how a person is.
Well, to back your point, there's a great saying by Mark Twain. Never silence a fool. Let them speak freely so all know who they are. And that's the truth of it. Never silence a fool. Let them speak freely. Because I would rather know who I'm going to be dealing with. Again, this goes back to that same point of don't send me nudes. Send me your medicine cabinet so I know what kind of crazy I'm dealing with. I would rather hear what they're going to offer me in response, which makes a better sense all the way around, because then a healthy mind is for a very good relationship. You can have all kinds of crazy good stuff happen, have a lot of fun, loving, wonderful relationships with people that are even just friends, as long as they have a healthy mindset. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter how you look. You could look like, again, as I said, like I said, for women, I've dated a very big gal one time, and she was fun. She was wonderful to talk with. She was intelligent, wise, funny. She was very generous, compassionate. My God, that woman could cook in a way that just made me swear. I swear to God, I could have turned vegetarian with the way that she did vegetables. Although she could really do a killer job on some London broil. I'm not going to lie about that. Oof, that is amazing how well she could cook. But where I'm actually broadcasting from is Canada. So everybody's kind of coming across the border to me. But that doesn't matter. The only person who could actually suffer from this is me. You choking on the stem again?
Yes, we can go to Sean on YouTube without having to have a passport.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah. So if anything is said that could be criminal speech, I know that sounds weird to say that, but if I was to say anything, it would be criminal speech up here. I would be the one suffering for it. You guys wouldn't. They couldn't do anything to you guys at all. So you could speak your political opinion freely, and I could say, well, I could agree with you, but I can't say anything specific of my own personal opinions. Even though I have a bachelor's in theology and an honorary doctorate in ministry and can tell you all kinds of things about various faiths that would make people, go, really, that's the way that is? Yes, that is the way that is. But it would be considered hate speech the minute I would be discussing facts. So I have to withdraw from that whole point until I come back down to the States, because once I come down there, things are going to change. So
Yeah. I don't know. It's getting to be a crazy world. It really is. Now,
I would say
prejudice is I'm not prejudiced, and it is kind of bad, but at the same time, it shouldn't be illegal because each person has their own thoughts and their right to their own thoughts.
right.
Now, I believe that hate speech is different than racial slurs. Hate speech would be bad. A racial slur shouldn't be bad.
Well, there really isn't such a thing in the legal sense. There is no such thing as hate speech. I understand how people could put some kind of label to it because it would be considered like bullying, harassment, things like that. But facts are not hate speech. Facts are just facts. They don't care about people's feelings, no matter what it is. I've heard facts that I don't like, but I don't treat it as hate speech. The big thing is that I would be speaking facts because I really don't care who you are. I like everybody. I do. I don't care who you are. If you want to sit down and enjoy the barbecue and pull up a chair and have a great conversation, fantastic. Doesn't even mean I have to agree with you. But I think the really biggest ugly part is that I get tired of hearing people say, because I'm quoting a real fact, an inconvenient point of history that they don't like, that's hate speech. Hold on for just a second here. I'm going to try something. Your microphone for just a second if it isn't already muted.
It's already muted.
It is already muted. Okay, I want to double check. And you have there. You hear the echo yourself, right? Figure this out here. Let me try something here real quick. I'm going to mute for a second. Maniac, if you want to talk or anybody else wants to talk.
I'm here.
okay.
I am back for a minute.
It is. You want to come say hi? Mrs. Maniac's home.
Hi, Mrs. Maniac.
She's actually been home, but now she's going to come in and you're going
Hey,
to grab.
Nike, are you still doing your live?
Yeah, probably
Zach,
not
you
going to
have a
be
good
as
night.
long as normal, but
Yeah, it takes us
What
about
time you
30
doing
to
your
60
What time
seconds.
you doing
or
your
so.
live, Nike?
11.
Yeah, she's got
Oh,
24
okay.
more minutes.
She sounded so thrilled. So excited. She's so excited to do it.
Yeah, I found out that this is the best way with the settings that I do have for the stream, that it stops it from buffering. So that's why it takes about 30 to 60 seconds for us to respond. Like, we'll see the chat, and we'll say something. It takes 30 to 60 seconds to respond. So,
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
hey, how you doing, hon?
Hello.
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 Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. What?
I learned how to do imitations of stuff when I was a kid. So that was I was out of the game.
Hey, good night,
Worms.
John boy. Good night,
Yeah,
John,
good night,
boy.
I already told him, buddy.
Good night, John boy. Good night, Ma.
Is that Poppy? Is that
Good
Poppy?
night, Paul. Good night, Paul.
Paul.
Puppies. Puppies.
Aw, puppy.
Yeah, that's funny. He got shaved today.
Mommy took him to be shaved.
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly it, Judy, isn't it? Wow. So that's the thing, is that with dealing with facts, it's hard to deal with them up here because people try to turn that around and treat it as hate speech. And I've done a lot of study on a lot of things, and unfortunately I'm having to keep my tongue as much as I would like to say what I want to.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But there are certain things that I can blatantly point that they knew about even before my birth
That one.
that showed very clearly that this stuff was going to happen the way it was, and how they actually turn it around. Like, if you want to know if you're a member of the Communist Party or if you're a member of the Socialist Party, they're the same thing. Karl Marx, actually, when he wrote the Communist Manifesto, used socialism and communism interchangeably. They're the same thing. And the foreword of Vladimir Posner for that version of the Communist Manifesto that I read stated very clearly that nobody has actually practiced perfected communism yet, or even that lesser perfection socialism, as he said, because all the property is in the state, not in the people. That should tell you something.
Yeah.
Now, if I was to sit there and I can spout some facts about the United States, because that's not going to affect anything up here. But did you know this one? In 1910, specifically on March 9th, yes, it was March 9th, 1910, all the governors of the 50 states got together and actually helped pass a law that specifically states that all property is within the state and that everybody is merely a user of that property. And so if you ever wondered why it is that you're continually having to pay taxes on certain things like property, your cars for licenses and things like that, it's because it's all property that's owned by the state. You're merely just paying for usage. That's why it's all on bonding paper. Now,
Oh, so I can
sits
take, I can thank the year 1910 for doing that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
Thanks
governors
a
from
lot.
then. Well, that was also in 1910. It was June 5th, 1910, was when the gold standard was abolished. That was HJR 192. Silver was abolished in 1967. And if anybody asks if I wanted to go on Jeopardy for facts, my wife would probably say, yes, get him there now. But at the same time, this is when a period of time that the United States, in a quiet way, declared a form of bankruptcy that we are still paying on. And this is because all of our gold had to go somewhere. But some people will say this is speculation, and I've seen some documentation that backs it up, so it's whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
But these things that are going on right now that we see happening in facts of how the countries are doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
If you're a communist or a socialist and you wanted to defeat your enemy, all you have to do is call them a name that's politically repugnant, like racist.
Yeah. Well, I have a question,
homophobe,
Sean.
this, that. Yeah.
For you.
Sure.
All right. I don't know if you heard about that story. You remember that lady that was in Connecticut that was at the shop right and said the N-word and spit at
Yeah,
that
you were
lady?
telling me about her. Yeah, we're telling about her.
Yeah, okay. Wait, did you know that that particular shop right is like where it happened at is like near me? I live in West Haven. This was in East Haven. Did you know that she lived 2 towns away from me? And did you know that she was a teacher for the Hampton public school system?
Yeah, you were
And
telling me
that's
about
who
that.
that's who we have teaching us. Now, here's a scenario for you. Imagine if she moved into my building and she was 2 doors down from me.
Oh my.
You know what would happen. That's all I got to
yeah.
say.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Hi.
I do. But
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
thing is that
Okay.
when it comes down to certain things, I know how to be tactful about actually dealing with a discussion. Here's the first thing that anybody should learn about when it comes down to actually discussing with somebody. In order to win, there are, I think, it's roughly 30 logical fallacies that you should not fall into. The first one, and primarily, is do not perform ad hominem. Ad hominem is where you lost the conversation because you couldn't argue it and you called the other person bad names. That's it.
I got you.
So as soon as you start
yes.
calling somebody bad names, you lost. Period.
Yeah.
But this is
Yeah,
what
but you know what? But you know what the funniest thing was, right? In my thing in this with that situation, did you hear about it? I told you about this, right? Or you heard about it already?
yeah,
must
you
have heard
told me everything about it. Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah. Okay. With her now. Now here's the thing. She was scared, right?
Mm.
But it's kind of funny because the manager told her, and this is what I heard on the news, and I quote, "Oh, she can go back and get her groceries now after she spit on those people and said the N-word in front of her kids. But you can go back and get your groceries now. That's okay, isn't it? Half an hour later. But here's the thing: she didn't call the police. It was after
Yeah,
that she
you were
got to the
saying that.
parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah. Oh, I'm scared.
There's
Okay.
there are people who set things up, but this is again where if you are dealing with people who are used to manipulating and things like that, you already know that
Yeah.
you're dealing with a snake, and pretty much what you need to do is just get away from them. Honestly,
Yeah.
karma will come back to bite them, and at the same
Yeah.
time, it's one of those things of.
Oh, yeah, a couple weeks after that, they stole her copper wire from.
No,
from
you were telling me
her
all about
house.
that, and then she ended up disappearing and whatnot. What I have to say is that, again, those people just create their own problems. It's like the same thing, like going back to the idea of like if Cosmic Kitty actually popped up in my channel, the first thing I would do is I would welcome her so much because at that point in time, she's mine. Because here's the thing, if you want to see how you can actually make somebody like that who thinks that they're going to cause harm and control the circumstance and situation, she's going to try and poke and prod and everything like that, but I'm not going to give in to it, and I'm going to say the nicest things I can to try and let her come in here, because in that way, I'm just doing this to her, and guess what? She's going to move a mile, and I'm going to just rain down on her with all these wonderful things, because I know for a fact she's hurting so bad. At that point, you came to me, and I'm going to do some healing, whether you like it or not. And
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
got you.
just
I
pour
understand.
heat those coals on you of love and affection, because at that point you don't have a choice. You came to me, and I got
Well,
you.
that's the thing. Well, like with me, it's like I don't. I'm not saying about the free speech. Okay, I know it's freedom of speech. I didn't have like if she was to say that to me, if that lady said it to me, right? I can deal with it because I'm an adult. You understand what I'm saying? That's fine. But if you're gonna say that in front of my kid, you're gonna say that in front of my kids, in front of my niece. You know what I mean? Come on, please.
There is a good way of actually using that as a teaching tool. Also, it's like, kids, this is what happens when you don't get an education, and why you should stay in school. This is what ignorance looks like.
Yeah.
You don't have to be nasty.
Somebody told me she was trying to get a teaching job again.
Yeah, you
I
don't
heard
have
from
to be
somebody. I'm like,
nasty
oh
with
yeah,
it.
that's nice. Yeah, sure. Good luck. The only thing is here, and I'm gonna put you this way, Sean. Hopefully she don't come to where I live at. Where my son goes to West Haven High School. She don't teach over there because I'll be down there in the morning. We're gonna be having problems. Let me put it that way. That's all I gotta say.
And now
Nike
I
girl,
have
you know what I'm
Nike
talking
up
about.
on the screen.
They're gonna be problems. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't want that. I don't want that. She's a troll looking little thing. So she looks like a troll from Shrek.
And Nike's deep into whatever she's typing.
Shrek.
I'm typing. I'm playing a game.
Oh, you're playing a game. Oh, well, in that case.
Yeah, but she looks like a Shrek looking thing. She looks like a troll.
Well,
that's what I would call her. Shrek.
That doesn't
I
necessarily
know it's not
matter.
nice, but
no,
I'm
but it doesn't
listening
matter.
and playing a game at the same time.
You have
so
to
don't
understand
mind
too
me.
is that this is where when people are really truly suffering at their deepest, you can honestly be there for them in a way that they may not like, and they'll be swearing at you, but after a while they're going to realize that there's nothing they can do with you when you actually show that it doesn't affect you. If you're willing to, like,
Right.
I learned this with my ex-wife, and this is after we got the divorce and everything like that, because she kept hitting me with all the things I did wrong and how much of I was a bad man I was and everything. And it's two to tango. She did some things that were really, really messed up, that would make most women, just absolutely want to, punch her in the face with a chainsaw. Yeah, she did some really screwed up things. I mean, abandoning my son at 13 to her parents just because he was inconvenient. I don't give a damn.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's just how that was. No. Yes, I am. Everybody who's actually heard me tell the story knows that this is the case. And so it's the fact that I actually turned it around on her, and I sat there and said, "Okay, so what? What do you want me? What do you want to talk about this now? I mean, we can bring it up. Yeah, I messed up. I failed here. I did this wrong. I really didn't talk to you the right way. I didn't appreciate you for what you were. I actually made you do certain chores because of the fact I was just being a jerk about it at the time. And then at the same time, I was basically looking at the idea that, I was I was going to spend money however I wanted on this, and I treated you wrong for this and this. And I just brought all these things up, and I didn't care. Because at that point, it's like, I gave her nothing to work with. A great lesson of what that is like also is, the end of the movie 8 Mile. I don't care what anybody says about Eminem or anything about rap or this. It's how he treated the very last rap battle going up against Papa Doc.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He brought up everything that could be possibly used against him before the guy could even do it, and then dropped the mic on him and sitting there saying, you know what? There's nothing you guys can do against me because here it all is. What are you going to do to me? Yeah. And basically showed him.
And that was epic. That was a good ending, man. That was, I saw the movie and I was just like, basically whatever he was going through,
But that's the thing. If you can
10 times
do that,
more than.
if you can do that and bring that kind of thing to the plate and know for a fact, I'm not going to feel bad about my mistakes. I've forgiven myself, and I'm working to ask for forgiveness of other people. I am contrite. I am working to do better for people. Anything that comes up at that point in time, no matter what it is, you can look at them and go, yeah, I screwed up. What do you want me to do? I can't go back and do anything about it. It's the same phrase of you can't apologize to a broken plate. You know, you drop a plate on the ground. Excuse me. Drop a plate on the ground. It breaks. Okay, apologize to it. This is a good thing to teach kids. I'm sorry. Did it fix the plate? No. Well, we could glue it back together. Sure, but it's going to still have cracks. Apologize to it again. I'm sorry. Did it fix the cracks? No. But this is the thing, is that you're still trying to work towards them to show that you're not going to do this again. And at the same time, if you're going to tell these people, like, yeah, okay, I screwed up. What do you want me to do about it? Well, you're a terrible person. Yeah, I was. That's not me now. And if they don't allow you to change, that's the difference here. If they don't allow you to change and be better and heal yourself to become a better person, if they're not going to allow you to do that, then you're dealing with somebody that really there's nothing you can do to satisfy them. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah,
it's
I got
impossible.
Yeah.
Just move on, get yourself into a better place, find people that can appreciate the fact that, okay, you've screwed up, but you're doing, like what we're doing in this community. This is a great community. Again, with everybody, with Cab 7, Nike, you, Missy, Mania, everybody that's around here. We have these great people who are looking to lift each other up and laugh. And even though it's serious right now, because I kind of lead into these conversations, because it's just kind of who I am, because I want to help people all the time, it is a matter of that we have this wonderful way of making people feel better about themselves when they leave. Or they look forward to the next time that we can come back together because they may ask a question, well, why did this happen? Or who was doing this? Like, I absolutely love the fact that you can actually talk about your kids. You have that great picture up there. I love seeing that. I love the fact you're a proud mama. I'm so happy to see that. At the same time, I'm glad to see things like with Jenna's painting. Like, I bring her over here and I'm just kind of popping it up. And look, she's actually painting and she's doing a great job. And I love the fact she's doing it. If it makes her happy, I'm happy. And at the same time, you know, here's Nike poking her nose down in that game like she's swearing at it, like she's going to give it a what for?
I was running from a spider just a second ago, so shush.
Yeah, well, I'm up in your business now, so what?
Yeah, my business.
Shit about you. You're not even fucking understanding.
Actually, I've caught bits and pieces of it, but I'm trying to keep the conversation
My
going
hero
here.
killed the spider. How do you like that?
Actually, Judy, there's something, actually, I should say this. At one point in time, I was actually a licensed ordained minister. I know that's going to blow people's minds. Not. And at the same time, I have done teaching. I actually have done teaching. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Oh, Lord have mercy. He put a damn spider in the toilet and left it floating for me. See how you are? Yeah, we know you do.
Good Lord. But that's
Like
the thing, is that
diaper.
we gotta. What are you doing? Badass what?
So much.
He's changing a
like
diaper.
a nasty diaper.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna say we don't want to start talking about mud pearls again.
Yeah, let's not say we did.
Oh Lord.
That's already ruined anyway.
Yeah.
Go ahead and talk about it. It's fine.
Never have to worry about anything like that. So anyway, I was also showing, just to change topic again here. No, we're not talking about group poop, but like bringing up the wallpaper
Let's not
again.
explain to Jenna what that means, okay? Let's just not.
So like the wallpaper again here, I was going to show that because I know that Zach was looking at it earlier.
Tell me you're not going to show mud pearls.
No, I'm not gonna. Why would I want to show that?
What?
I just
Oh.
ate. Are you crazy?
Oh,
Oh,
a dirty diaper? What?
good lord.
No.
No. Oh, Lord.
Your boyfriend needs to just deal with you. Good lord.
Oh, now you're wanting him to abuse me. Okay, now you're really up in my business.
I didn't say abuse you. I said deal with you. I don't know how that would be. I don't know if he's going to be the type that sits there and says, "Oh, honey, you need a seat." Well, here, let me clear your spot. You know, and then
Oh,
He's
breaks
not
his
big
face
enough
off.
to deal with me, right, baby? Right? Would you want to deal with me?
man.
Uh-huh. He's back there talking shit, too.
You want to go run around?
See what I did? See what I did for you? Now he's massaging your back.
I told you the other night. You said
Anyway,
no.
so here's the other things that you can do for this. You can look up other wallpapers for wallpaper engine if you like doing stuff like this in the background
$80 ear
and you
set.
want to get it. There's also other ones that you can find in the workshop. Oh, steam error. Why am I having a steam error? Why would I have a steam error?
Baby, do you know what a mud pearl is?
Oh, good lord, don't do this.
What did you say? What did you say? A mongrel? What?
Mud pearl.
Okay, you said mongrel. Mongrel.
Yeah, you probably should Google it. I can't say it across the place.
There's no Googling it.
What are you
Don't do it on
talking
your
about?
phone. It'll be there
You said
forever.
a mongrel. What did you say?
Oh,
No.
he's Googling it.
Good
What are you looking
God.
for? I don't see.
Nothing.
Who, me?
Oh. Yeah, what are you Googling?
I'm-
What?
My
Oh,
old
I'm not
man's
Googling.
I
Yeah.
saw it. He already knows
Nike's
what
old
I
it is.
man
know.
is-
I heard wallpaper, mongrel, and then that's it. After
No,
that.
no. She was saying mud pearl. And what I'm talking about is wallpaper for people who want to see it. There's ways to go look for it, but for some
No.
reason it's not working for me right now. But what you can do is you can actually look for them, and then they can come up with different types. Like this is one I think that Jenna would like because it's kind of anime-ish for what it is. So it's got this gal in the background here with the shiny bright earrings, etc.
Hey, it's me.
Oh.
And then there are other ones that are up here. Like I can do. So I can find another one here that actually wouldn't be too bad. Let's see here. Here's Nike Girl's favorite. We'll just put up bubbles again there. There you go, honey.
Yay.
Yay.
Here it comes. Any second, because you gotta wait for it. You got 30 to 60.
Figure it out, baby.
There it is. There she goes. She can have all the bubbles she wants. Yeah. It takes
Okay,
about
here,
30 to
let me
60
mute
seconds.
this so I can tell you what it is.
I mean, there's a dirt pearl.
No, it's called a mud
There's
pearl.
a
Yep.
Louisiana pearl. a Louisiana
Mute
mud.
that thing. She's gonna go tell him. Oh Lord.
A mud
here-
pearl? Well, do
Yeah,
I have to know what that is? I don't want to know what that is.
You don't
No,
want
you
to know what that is. I said it once. I'm not gonna repeat myself. I think
What you
people
said,
would
but
probably.
I'll look it up later. I'll look it up later.
I doubt you're going to
No problem.
find it because this was between me and a couple of guys. Because the guy used to work in a home where people were invalids, and had to do with adult
Oh.
diapers and a few things. So we'll just say that we'll leave that alone.
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
Do.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's,
Oh, man. That's bad?
yeah. I'm not going to repeat the full effect of what's necessary for that to have happen. But we'll just say that it was enough for me to go, wow. Yeah, I'm trying to. I could be more direct. That's very blunt, but we're not going to do that. So.
Yeah. Ugh. I think I know what you're
But,
talking about. I just pictured it, and that's not good. Ugh.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty, but
Ew. Ew.
yeah, actually, I was going to say here's a good one with Judy. She was just mentioning this. I can't disagree with you. People are quick to judge on how you should do X, Y, Z to fix what it is about you. This is where I
Yeah.
brought up that point on I think it was episode 10.
I need a
my,
total makeover to be fixed.
Yeah,
A troublemaker? What?
get out of my business. But it's that when people are trying to say, well, you're trying to fix yourself, and well, this is how you should do something. In episode 10 of when I was doing pre-recorded, which I'll still do pre-records, I'm trying to get some things taken care of to make it better now that I'm getting OBS working again, is that hard is hard. No matter what anybody says or does, hard is hard. And just because maybe I can cross the street no problem by myself, and not have a panic attack because of traffic or whatever, somebody else
Yeah.
may have agoraphobia and be panicking about the idea of just being able to step foot outside the door. They couldn't even comprehend crossing the street. So that's
No, I
very
got
hard for them. But that's the same thing as like Judy's saying there is that, yeah, when people are so quick to judge, oh, you should just be able to do this, 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 this. Well, that's fantastic. I'm glad you've got that figured out. I don't. And
Hard, unless it's a semi.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
there you go.
Okay, Maniac. You had to say that.
Yes, I
Yeah.
Did Maniac, did Trish see the painting I was doing?
No, she didn't. If you want to hold it up to the camera, she can see it.
I have it
Really?
on my. I was
I was going to say I'll pop it over here.
I don't know if you saw that.
Well, I know that we got about 3 minutes here before we got to pass it over to Nike's side of things.
Oh, great.
I
You want to
can
what side?
it back.
No mud pearls
I
in my
can
street.
So
Oh,
I'm just going to ask real quick. So what'd your boyfriend think about that there thing?
He said it's pretty damn gross.
Yeah.
Maniac,
Nike's,
Maniac is right here.
We could probably have
What
a
is it?
private. We could probably have a private hangout situation. I could describe it in length of depth.
no, I
and,
think I know what you're talking about. This is
oh, but
fucking disgusting.
really,
Yeah, you don't really want to know.
Oh.
Is that
I figured it out a long time. I figured it out a minute ago. I know what it is. I don't even want to.
just think of it
I'm
this way: is
trying
that
to warn you that you don't want to know. Take
It's-
my advice
it's
and go
much
with
worse. Yeah, it's much worse than a Blumpkin. Much worse. Now that's hard to hear,
Oh,
but it's much worse than a Blumpkin.
ew.
Okay,
I know what it looks like. Ugh, yuck.
Maniac,
Nike's having a hard time trying to keep it together.
we need to have
Oh.
one of the mods post up Nike's link in the chat.
Yes.
So we can
Thank
know
you.
when the group is ready.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say, yeah, we're
now,
about to end here.
You sent me a link.
We're
When
gonna be
you get
ending in
when
I
about
will.
2 minutes here.
All right.
10 o'clock already.
who's Nike?
You would like a diagram, Missy? Good Lord!
What happened?
Oh my.
Really messy.
Oh, no. What'd she do? What? Did I just miss it? Oh,
I wish I could have
What?
just said that.
No, she
Missy
didn't.
wants me to put a
Oh,
diagram
God.
up about a mud
Sure.
pearl.
what?
Diagram.
Oh,
Oh
No.
God! You'll have to forgive
No,
me,
you
but
don't
that's
want
just
a diagram.
that's priceless. I was gonna
That
say
would
it's
scare yeah.
yeah. It requires at least one man to make this work. I'll say it that way.
oh, God.
Please,
Ew.
everybody, grab the
Yeah.
and mute yourself when it starts, okay? Make sure you definitely mute yourself.
Grab my what? Grab my butt?
Buckets. Buckets.
Hey,
Grab my butt?
are you doing yours as yours is going to be adult?
Yeah,
Content.
it's going to be
Okay.
adult oriented.
So if anybody gets on there and
Okay.
asks me sincerely because it's adult content, I'll say it then, but not before.
All right.
God. Anyway,
I'm old enough and can't watch.
Grab your butt.
yeah, this is going to be one of those things that this goes beyond. This transcends group poop. This is,
Oh, I already can imagine it already. Ugh. Oh,
yep.
man.
All right, I'm going to go start getting mine ready. So,
Okay, we'll see you in a bit
All
here,
right.
hun.
I'll
There
see
you
you guys
go.
shortly.
That's a good explanation right there. Combine a group poop with a circle jerk, and you got it.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
God. Hey, Sean, are you going to Nike's panel?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, okay. All
I'll
right.
be there too.
We get along so well.
I was going to say, yeah,
All
this
right.
is just how it is. We can play this out for days.
Uh,
All right, guys. So it's now 11 o'clock. It's time to shut down on my channel. We'll be
Well,
jumping over the Nike
right.
girls.
No, you don't see Nike up and running yet. Just yet.
Yeah. So as soon as we can, we'll get over there. Let's see here. Yeah. The big thing about talking about things like that is that it's not so much that we're trying to be gross or whatever. It's the fact that there are people who have issues of wanting things that are whatever, and that's the hard part of trying to get people to understand that talking about it is healthy, but going about doing it, not so much at times. Again, that 2 girls, 1 cup thing was enough for me to go, no, I couldn't even
Never
finish
watched
it.
the whole video.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Could
The
not
what?
do it.
2 girls, 1 cup.
I'm
If
so
you-
lost.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
dude,
don't.
you don't want to know. No, don't do this. Don't do that to yourself. Oh,
No,
God, no.
I'm fine. I don't need to
My wife is very
watch it.
well. I'm thinking it's
Sensible?
A good thing. She's
I would say sensible.
no,
No.
she's very. She's not in tune to what the internet may offer that she doesn't want it to offer her, and she doesn't really know what's out there on
How
it.
about an amen on that one?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't know half the stuff that was out there.
Yeah, I am unfortunately one that's dove into things that I'm probably going to admit very clearly is like I didn't want to know and found out later, and I was like, oh God, okay, at least I know now, and now I know what to avoid.
Yeah, me, when the internet first came around and I first started playing with it, I tried to reach the end of it, so I saw a lot of stuff.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing too is that I'm not the type to want to go diving into. There's specific sections of the deep web, dark web areas that just.
Yeah, I've never gone on to that and don't care to.
Yeah, well, there's actually things that I actually want to go look up because there are buddies of mine that I know for a fact that have probably put some things out there that have to do with a previous job I used to work for the military. And I'm actually more interested in finding out about that. But you can't turn a corner out there if you're not careful and not find something that you really didn't want to see that's highly illegal.
I'm very cautious as to what I plug into with Google.
Yeah. It's like for me, I'll stay on the clear side for right now because there are certain things that, flipping around, I was like, okay, I have now got to take the hard drive out of this machine and destroy it because I do not want ever, no. And it was an accident. No freaking thank you. And so I just find that to be whatever, but there are other things that I've seen that are confusing as to why people would want to be so destructive, like the BDSM Pain Olympics video that I saw one time. Oh my God, the things that people would do to themselves. And I'm just like, what are you doing and why? So I understand that there's a clear, fine line between pain and pleasure for some people, but sometimes that line is blurred so far that I don't even know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, so, I don't get that whole.
I think I just got the link from Nike. I think. I'm trying to pull it up here. Yup. That's it.
She's still not on live yet, though.
Nope, but she's pulled up her link to me here. I'm just trying to get it all figured out and worked out here.
I'm sure you get a link.
So far. That doesn't mean I don't know if it's actually legit yet. Here, hold on. I got to check her channel to see if she's actually up. Up, she's up. All right. She's got a link. All right, guys.
Hello, Jess. How you doing?
I'm going to go ahead and shut down here, people. Thank you for being here. Go ahead and jump over to Nike Girl, all the links that are actually in the chat. It was awesome having this tonight, and we'll be seeing what we can do about this again next Friday on that. But for right now, let's jump over to Nike Girl and keep this gig going. It's been fun.
All
All right, guys. We'll see ya.